So today is zipper day. When I sewed up the bottom of the skirt, the back seam, the instruction had said to only sew to a certain point. Yes, right here. But I stopped my regular stitches right there, and then I put in just a basting stitch with the machine, really a loose stitch, all the way up to about here. Now what I'm doing is I'm just finishing this basting stitch all the way up the back of the bodice now that they're attached. So I'm pin basting this seam right here, and then I'll put it in the machine. It's all pinned up. Now to put it under the machine, I'm moving my tension to 9 and my stitch length to 4. Okay. I'm not going to do a back stitch or anything because this is going to be pulled out after we get the zipper basted in. The seam is basted up now, and I'll just iron it open. So now I'm going to put my zipper down. And I want to set it to where the zipper, when it's all the way pulled up, will be right at the top of the dress. And I'm going to be centering the center of the zipper with the center of the seam and pinning it down like so. Okay, so I have some shorter little applique pins that I like to use for putting this in, and I'm going in from underneath and then stab it up, and then I stab it down because I'm trying to get as perfectly centered over the zipper as I can. That'll give the best looking zipper in the end. So going in from underneath, going up, and then back into the fabric again. And I'll just keep rolling it down bit by bit and pinning it in. So here is my mess of pins. So I'm starting to do my hand basting. Just kind of in between the pins. Now I've got the whole length of the zipper basted up. Now I'm going to use this tool right here to help me take out my basting. That's not the hand basting, that's the machine basting that I'm undoing here. Okay, so it's been a while, and I had not seen the marking that indicated where the end of the zipper was, and I thought it was this triple slash right here, but that was actually just a matching notch. And the way I was just now able to see where the end of the zipper was, because when I was taking out the machine basting, right here, this is where I had switched from standard machine stitching to basting, and it got real tight right here. It's not loose anymore. So that means that that's the end of my zipper right there. What I will do is on this side, I will baste over here several times, and then I'll cut it, but I'm going to do that after I sew it in. On this side, I'm just cleaning it up by picking loose the basting that I pulled out. You can see now that I can pull it away from the zipper, but it will go back into place if I push it back together. And there is a crease from when I ironed that. So I've been doing the machine basting on my and then centering my zipper onto the machine basted stitch for about 10 years, and I read it somewheres a long time ago. But I recently watched a video by Kenneth King, and he referenced Linda Mayard about how you can take, after you undo this basting, the machine basting, you can take your zipper, and so what I had done is I had just moved it down, or I'd sewn as high as I could, and then I moved it down past my sewing line and then finished sewing up the top. But they were recommending pulling it all, like installing a zipper that's longer than what you're going to have as your final zipper, and pulling this down past where it's going in. So I'll have to get under here with my hand, and this is my first time doing it this way. Always like to get good ideas from other sewers. So, ooh, that's hard to grab. He used a hemostat, which I don't have, so I'm just going to have to maneuver it. So I turned it over, I got to the inside, and I was able to poke it through, and now I'm pulling it down past where I'm going to sew. So here on the right side of the dress, you can see I don't have the zipper to interfere with my stitching line. So I am removing this foot, and I'm putting on this zipper foot. So this zipper foot, it has this orange knob back here that you can tighten and loosen, and it moves it to wherever you need it to be. So I'm lining it up with my needle as close as I can. I'm tightening it, and then I'm putting it down, and it moves to the left a little bit. It gives my needle that room that it needs. And this, using this zipper fit to install an invisible zipper was actually something that I've done before, but I haven't installed a zipper fit, an invisible zipper in a long time. I just usually use the standard one. But Kenneth had mentioned that this is something he does different than a lot of people, and I was like, oh yeah, you can do that. So I wanted to try it again on this dress. So I have the presser foot right up against the coil. I want the coil to be completely up and down, perpendicular to my fabric. So I've got to move the zipper foot. I'm doing the other side now. I'm just moving, loosen that orange knob, and I'm positioning it so the other side. So I'm starting this side. So here is my beautifully installed zipper. I still have some work to do up here, and I'm gonna sew across down here. So I'm actually gonna finish the bottom of this zipper with a zigzag. I am setting the width to 5, and I'm setting the length to 0, and I'm setting the dial to zigzag. Just kidding. I am going to hand sew on the opposite side of this. When I'm finished with that, then I'll come around with the straight stitch and finish this square off down here. This is what I'm doing to end the zipper. I'm creating a zipper stop with my thread here, and I'll do it several times to make it thick. So I finished my zipper stop. To tie it off, I just did a couple of stitches into the edge right there and clipped it. Okay, so I've got a little bit of fixing to do. I had stitched these side lines all the way down to here, but my zipper stop is right about here, so I'm going to sew on top of these, turn, and then join it with this, and then I'll just seam rip these extra out. I'm going to do this very carefully. Oops, I have it on zigzag. Alright, I'm loosening because I made that mistake and I hadn't reset it from the zigzag. So, there we go. I'm gonna do one more and then pivot. And this is right through that zipper coil. And that's a little bit too far, so I'll lift up my presser foot and position it until it's going to come right down where I want it to. This takes finessing. Okay, there we go. And now I can turn it, pivot again, and just I'll do one back stitch, and then I'm done with that. So I'm just gonna cut the zipper. Oops. I need 2 hands for this. Ta-da. So here's the back of my dress with a zipper. It's gorgeous. And here's my lovely zipper in action. Isn't that beautiful? So that's the end of this video. On the next video, I will start sewing the lining to start sewing the lining to the zipper, and sew that top of the zipper down.